Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Sim Airport. We are building the Dubai International Airport, or as close as possible as we can get to it. So it's still operating, it's late at night, a few last minute planes coming in. They can't actually... Oh, actually that was a takeoff. Not coming in, going out. So what's going on over here? Let's have a quick look, go up there. So what we've been doing is, this is a bit of a struggle to get all of these guys onto the plane, and it's got 44 minutes left and it still needs to load 300 or so passengers. So that is certainly what I can see is, well, first thing is first, maybe let's grab a hell of a lot more janitors. Thinking at least like 40 or 50 of them just to get this airport cleaned up. That's crazy. Okay, we see that our queuing space is not really sufficient to accommodate this, but we'll get to those kind of fixes later. What we've been busy with in the last episode is trying to get all the gates in place. Okay, so that's something there, and I'm still wondering about what we're doing over here. Are we actually getting that to work? Do we have people... what the hell is going on over here? What are they trying to do? Can I understand where they're going? Gate A1 at 12 AM. But why? I don't think I have any planes at that time, do I? Yes, most certainly I do not. So it seems like something is funny. It does indeed seem like something is funny. These people are doing what exactly? Gate A1. Okay, so we've got a ton of passengers hanging out over here. That is not getting to where they want to go. Okay, so I'm wondering about what's going to go on over here. We are playing on the Edge edition, so of course there are tons of things that's not working out too well. So let's see about getting this plane out of the way and what that will mean for us. It's late, but we're getting most of the passengers on there, so we'll just need to start, give it more time, I would imagine, to get things through there. Is that everybody? That is 100% boarded. Out of the way. Okay, so what I'm keen on seeing is what's going on down here. Oh, people have actually decided to vacate the premises. Excellent. So that is kind of working. If I quickly go back, we had some issues with secure zone. So that's secure zone over there. So ideally we're not going to get too many people go through there, and this will allow the turnaround over there. Okay, secure zone. This entire thing is secure zone. Okay, perfect. Okay, I had a comment. It's on one of the older episodes, but I had a comment about shouldn't we put the exit before the baggage claim, the security exit, so we'll make this entire area secure zone. In reality, the security exit is after the baggage claim. So you get baggage claim, then you get passport control, then you get baggage claim, and then you exit through security, and then you meet people or leave or whatever. But the reason why putting it over here is going to be a problem for us, because we don't have one-way door systems. So I've got my security exits over here. So you use the security exit to get out onto the plane, which is funny. You wouldn't really have that as a security exit. That is just a one-way door setup that I'm trying to make use of. And the reason I'm doing that is so that these guys that's exiting from the plane doesn't stream out into this area. That's the reason that it is the way it is. I also had some comments saying, oh, I need tons more shelves and staff and prep carts and things like that, so we'll grab a few more, and maybe it's a good time to quickly do that. So let's get some shelves. Ooh, shelves. Storage shelves. Is it storage shelves? No. Kitchen storage. Interesting terminology. So let's get some kitchen storage. We'll kind of run it like that. So that's a few more pieces of kitchen storage up there. Then we're gonna do some more pizza ovens, or we only have the one. Yeah, we probably need some more pizza ovens. So let's flick in a few more pizza ovens over here, like so, and a few more fridges. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2 over there. few more stoves. Stoves or cookers. Stoves, not a cooker, it's a cooker. Okay, we'll do a few more cookers in here. Okay, that's kind of, let's leave it like that. Actually, let's cancel that. Let's cancel that. We'll get the cookers again. Okay, cookers, and we'll try and make better use of the space. Yeah, like that. So there's a few more cookers in there. And now I want to do tons more prep carts. We may squeeze in another coffee maker or two. So give me another coffee maker. Coffee maker. Yeah, spell that right. We'll squeeze it in there. It seems like that's a decent spot for it right over there. Do one there. It doesn't actually work there. Interesting. Okay, that's how it worked there, but doesn't work here. Don't know. And then prep carts. Let's add them with prep carts. Prep carts. Okay, so for prep carts, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Hopefully that's going to help us a lot. And I'm going to grab a ton more staff. So let's do up to 25. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Hopefully that gets things moving a little bit quicker through there. Okay, the next step for us is to kind of hook up all of this and do the queuing arrangements for this. So we're struggling a little bit with queuing. The area is not quite big enough to really accommodate appropriate queuing for these. And it's, yeah, so we have to actually load from this level, which is why we've got the queuing system over here. But what they would typically do is they have at Dubai International, they have the top level, okay, where there is a bit of a queue. The queues are not as long as this. People just have a lot of seating and then they go straight into this. And sometimes the queues are pretty tedious there. And then they go in here, then they go downstairs into an area where they hold again. So more seating over there. So it's kind of a isolated area, just ready to board. So it's kind of almost pre-boarding is what they do at Dubai International. And then from the lower level you go into the plane. The guys come out into that level again. The rest of the lower level is the arrival area. But then is the arrival area. So you do feed out of here and go somewhere. But obviously, because of the way the game is set up, we have to deal with it directly from this side in there. And I think that's fine. The area we built over here was the tough one, I was thinking. This is going into that direction. But these guys are going to have a hell of a time. So what I'm thinking is let's dismantle some of this stuff to allow a little bit more room for queuing. Okay, that should do the trick. So let's get the teams to come in and work this, and we'll start working on our queuing systems over here. This is going to be very tough to get all these three queues working. So I'm going to kind of start using this area over here and have probably less seating. Maybe even use this area here for seating a little bit more to try and get that to work. Okay, so let's start. Let's grab some queuing. So let's get the queues. We'll expand the queue, and I'm kind of thinking what we'll do is we will run our business or first class queue a little bit like this. Okay, so that is going to be our first class queue, and that's probably longer than that, so that's good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run our normal queue like this. Okay. That's not quite what I had in mind actually, because what I wanted to do is I wanted it to be able to lengthen it to get it up to here again. Let's shrink it a little bit. And I think there was something in the update about having a hotkey for this, but I'm not too sure. So let's I'm not sure what it is. Oh man, that's too much. Let's shall we try and queue it in this direction instead? Is that gonna work, or are we gonna run ourselves into trouble again. Yeah, pretty much. But now what we can do is we can run it up there, 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 and run it up to say there. So now now that actually kind of works. So now that as a queue is a much longer queue than the ones we have over there. But we have very limited room. Actually, we have about the same amount of room over here. So I might be in a situation where I can rejig it. Maybe it's only because of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do this side, I'm going to do a similar thing, but I'm actually going to just do that queue for first class a little bit longer, like say so. Yeah, that's much longer than the other side. Now again, what we'll do is we'll do, yeah, I think this will work quite well. So maybe we've got a situation whereby we can do a better queuing. Ooh, that's too much, that's missing, not working out the way we want to, like so. Look, it's a tedious bit of queuing, but we need the space, it seems, with these big planes. This is a that works out. That works a little bit better than the other one. Up there, up here, this way, that way, and say somewhere like that. Huh? There we go. Oh, we can actually bring that one back too. So let's let's run that up there, and we'll bring it in there. So there you go. That's the queuing system. This queuing system works much better if we can now. I'm not sure if we'll be able to squeeze in the seating. We might have to do, so seating may become a problem with this. We might have to trim it back one line. And I don't think it's the end of the world if we do trim it back. So before we finish off the whole thing, let's quickly have a look at how benches will work with this. Benches. Yeah, it's a little bit tight because I do like to have a gap on both sides plus a little bit of room. So actually it's going to be a bit tight. So what I'm going to do before we continue is I'm going to trim it back a little bit. I'm going to trim it back only one line. So let's do something like that. This one I'll do, say, something like that. We'll trim it back one line like so. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So this one too, we're going to trim it back and say something like that. That's pretty good. So now at least it's going to be better. So let's say benches. Now what I'll do is I will put it straight up against the walkway instead of the gap. Okay. And that will at least allow. So what we will do is we will flip this around, like say something like that. Yeah, let's do that. Like so, like so, like so. Yeah, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Okay, flip the others, start putting them in here. So that we have the benches. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think this is actually a pretty good setup. And now we have room for some things on the edges of that too. Okay, we'll continue this setup through here. It's just kind of tricky at the corners. But other than that, I think it works pretty well. And it's going to give us a little bit more queuing room. Okay, so again, how did we do it? We started it one tile in like that. So we'll do that. Ooh, that's not what we want. Close that off. Run it back like so, and then up like that. That's pretty good. This one, we're going to leave a little gap there. Oops. One more. There we go. Up and down and up and down we go. No, that's wrong. I need to get these hotkeys. I need to get them sorted. Okay, queuing. Building queues is a large part of this game. And then rebuilding them, of course. This actually works quite well as we see it here. So up one, then this way, then assuming something like that, right? That's kind of what we're doing. Again, we'll go up there, we'll go like that, this way, and in a little bit. Close do we have a 2 space gap? Yeah, we've got a 2 space gap. 1, 2, and then we'll start the queue like that. Yeah, I like this queue a little bit better. I think it's a bit more efficient use of the area. It's well, obviously. Ooh, hang on. I'm not thinking clearly while I'm doing this. So this queue, on the other hand, is going to be problematic in the sense that this actually needs. Okay, let's. That's not the button that I'm after. So what I'm gonna need here is I'm gonna need another desk, a gate agent desk. So let's dismantle these. I'm thinking we need to go for. Actually, we have done this kind of setup everywhere. So yeah, let's dismantle those because this area I'm gonna need for a bit of queuing on this one, and then what we'll do is this area is gonna fill up with queues pretty quickly. This corner over here and that corner over there is pretty tight. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get the gate agent desks, and what we're gonna do is we will move them 1, 2, 3 like so, and then they can come in that way. And what we'll do is we may have a little bit first class queue over here, but then the other queues are going in there. This setup though is gonna be tight. I'm gonna need so much space to get these two. So this one is definitely queuing in this direction. I'm kind of thinking this one needs to queue in that direction a little bit too, so that this guy can queue up here. Okay, so let's start off by queuing this one. Okay, so we'll start by queuing the normal, the coach passengers. That is quite a tricky queue that we've got going on over here. And we need to bear in mind that we can use up to say half of it, like that, and then we'll run back down here, and something like that is about the queue that we can do for the coach passengers over here. Okay, and then what we'll do is how are we gonna maximize our space over here? Okay, is that our first class queue over there? That's a little on the short side, don't you think? Let's quickly remove it. I think that's a little bit short. We can't really get that done. Yeah, so this is tough, very tough. So let's move it a little bit over, and now if we do this now, I think that is a little bit better. It's not great, but it's at least a little bit better. So that's the one. Now I think the business class on this side we'll just run over here. So give me a little bit of a queue here, expand the queue. So what we'll do is we'll run a queue like that for the first class passengers, and then this one is going to be tough. This one is going to be really tough. So what I'm thinking we do is we do something like this. Is that long enough? I don't think that's long enough, but at least we should be able to. These are big planes, right? So we're going to need a bit of space for this. So actually let's run a little bit more, and now we'll just have to run it up here like that, and here I might actually squeeze in an extra row, and we'll just do something like that. So that's going to be that queue. Hopefully that is actually workable. Okay, let's get the guys to come and do their thing. Okay, I can start probably dismantling all of this. Yeah, so these edges are a little bit on the tough side to get done. So where are my guys? Are we speeding it up a fair bit? Come on. Come on guys, come and do your thing. They are doing stuff. There they go, taking that out of the way. Perfect, that's what I wanted to do. So let's pause it again while we queue some more space over here. So I'm kind of thinking, and then that has to kind of queue up here. Wow, that's not nice. That's really not going to be nice. If we that is a little bit of a bummer. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll at least queue the first class guys up here. So there we go, that's the first class queue right there. So that's sorted. Now we just need the coach queue, and this is the long one that we're going to need. So what we may do is we may use as much of this as we can. So let's do something like that. Run it up here. You know what, I don't think we're gonna run it that is not long enough. That is by no means long enough. So what I'm kind of wondering is, do we actually run it into that entire section? Let's do that. Let's bring that back. So what I'm going to do is, since they don't actually need to enter here, they need to enter over there. So what I'll do is we'll run it, yeah. Something like that. That's going to be the queue for that. That's a lot of queuing, man. There's a lot of queues going on over there. Then this area is a little cleaner, so we can actually put some stuff in there. But of course, from this side, we're again going to run. We're again going to run this as the basic one. Something like that, and then there is very little room for okay, at least these are all small ones, so we just need to see about how we, so this thing, for instance, I think we'll just do that, so that's a little bit out of the way. Oh, I'm still getting these removed, so get these guys out of the way. We'll probably need to make use of this space. Actually, yeah, that's fine. So let's because there's some space here, what we'll do is we'll run it this way. Yeah, there we go. Actually, we didn't even need to get rid of all of that, I think. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. What we're still working on is this side over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring it back into that direction a little. Oh, that's a small one, is it? I maybe don't need it to be as long as it is, though. Anyway, we'll keep track of that. Okay, so what I'll do is, this is going to be the main one, is it? Okay, and then we'll do a shorter one over here. We'll do the main one again over here. And we may not actually take it up all the way. Okay, something like that for the main queue. Ooh, this is going to be a tight one. We'll do something like this. Are we going to do that, or are we going to just trim it shorter a little bit? Let's start by trimming it shorter. Say something like that as the queue. Okay, now this is going to be the problematic one. I'm thinking we're probably going to run a pretty sizable queue. That's, oh yeah, that's not too good. I'm almost tempted to run a single queue for both of these. No, you just cannot do that. You just cannot do that. So what I'll do is I'll run a very short queue over here. So grab the queue here. We'll run the very short little queue here. Man, this is tight. Okay, that's the very short queue there. Now, what we'll need to do is run this business class or first class queue over here. This is extremely tight, guys. This is so tight, it's just not even funny. I don't know whether we're gonna... I'm gonna have to take out all of this and run a queue in here. If this is just too close together, all of this. A1 is not the is not the gate for us. A1 is not the gate for us, unless, well, that is tight, is it? Get the queues back up. Let's quickly get the let's finish this queue here at least. So if we say that is going to be our that kind of thing, yeah. So let's try doing this. Okay, so this is the so what we'll do is let's trim this thing back. Let's see how much we can give the other side to work with. So let's start it over here at least. No, too much. Actually, maybe not. Let's just do something like that as a queue. Now let's trim these things back a little. Let's just trim these back. Yeah, this queue, this is like a puzzle game. That's what this is about. Probably, I don't know how interesting you guys feel this is, but it's it's a little tedious, to be honest. Okay, so let's trim that one back too, and instead of going that direction, we'll go into this direction. Okay, and we will get it in like that and like so. There we go. How's that for a queue? A little bit of use of that space. Then I'm kind of tempted to just put the first class queue next to it over there. And what we'll do is we will run this first class queue over there. That looks way funny, and I'm not sure if that's going to work. Okay, and now as for the main line here, we will most certainly run it like so. Yeah, I think that is probably gonna be much better for us. There we go. That is a tight squeeze on queues on that side, but the rest is looking pretty good. These all probably need to be bigger, so we may come back and do that. So let me grab the benches over here, and we'll quickly finish off our benches through this section. What are we looking at? That. Okay, grab enough of this stuff. That's fine. Keep it going, keep it going. We're going to need all the benches we can get. This airport will be so busy. I think we might rejig the queues on the other side still at some point. Yeah, maybe that's about it. Let's swap these around. We'll fill them in on the other side. Give them as much seating as we can kind of squeeze in here. Oops, I missed one. That's it. That's pretty good. Can we, the question is, can we run seating down there? Probably if we do a 3-seater. Let's do that. Nice. So we can squeeze some seating in here at least. We can actually squeeze a little bit more over there. It's good. So you don't have the 3-seater benches on this. I'm not going to run seats in there. Shall we do 2-seaters in here? Probably should. Let's do that. We'll have as much seating as we can possibly squeeze in here. That area could definitely have more seats in there. Okay, so there we go, and I think that is just about the episode. So yes, we didn't manage to achieve too much in this. You know what I'll quickly do is I'll quickly just link these up so that we don't have to do the assignments in the next one too. So let's assign these things. So we're going to assign this one to, and this is just going to be coach, so assign it there. Assign this one here. I'm kind of thinking we will assign, no, this one. Oh, hang on. And we also need to assign it over here. So assign it there. Then this one needs to also be assigned over there. This one needs to be assigned, flight crew 2, assign it there and assign it here, but I'm also thinking it should be assigned over there, so at least we do as much as we can. This is so tight. Oh, this is so tight. Assign it here. This is going to be coach. Oh, no, this is not coach. This is first class. We'll assign it there and we'll assign it there. Okay, and then this one, we'll assign it here. Ooh, no, we don't. No, we assign it there. We unassign it here. We assign it there. And this one has to actually also be assigned over there. And this is not first class, that's coach. Perfect, so there we go. So those are assigned. Let me assign these two. So the first one is, yeah, that's pretty clear though. Assign to coach over here. And over there. Then this one is assigned to first class over here, to coach over there, and to there. Oh, that's not... Ooh. Assign these over there. Okay, but then what I'm going to grab is grab these guys to assign them to first class on this side as well as coach on that side, and this one is just coach. Okay, so this one is going to be assigned there. It's going to be assigned to first class over here. Okay, then these assign there. Assign here to coach. This one we assign to coach, and up there I'm kind of thinking this first class one needs to be assigned to coach as well, just so that it goes better there. Okay, this one we'll assign it up here. We need to assign it to first class over here as well as to coach on this side. There and there, there and there. Good stuff. Okay, assign this one here. This one needs to be assigned to first class. Yes, we assign it. It's also going to be assigned to coach over here. This one is there and there. It's there and it is there. Good stuff. So that's assigned. Hopefully we'll have all of these assigned in no time now. So we'll get the first class assignment there, assign this one, and we'll assign the coach. Oh, I need to assign the coach to that one too. There and there, and then this one I also want to assign it there. Good stuff. Okay, and finally, okay, this is our first class piece over there. I want to assign it to this one. I want to also assign it to our coach piece right over here. There and there, there and there. Okay, there we go. Let's get these final ones in place. They've been assigned. No, they have not. So assign it here. Assign this is the first class piece over there. Also assign it to the coach one right there. That's there and there. This is the first class piece. So we'll assign it there, we'll assign it here. We'll also assign it here to coach. This one is only coach. And here, good stuff. Let's get these ones. Assign it here and assign it here to coach. Good stuff. This one is, then let's grab the first class piece, we'll assign it there, and you're also going to be assigned to coach. And I think that is all the assignments all the way around. I'm probably going to redo these queues for this side to have a little bit more queuing space like it does on the other side. But yeah, guys, so that's what I'm going to put a cut in this episode. I know it's a little bit, this one was a little bit more boring. We were finishing off queuing. So next time we'll try and see how we can really get our operation to work a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, hit the button, leave some comments down below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.